Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire. And I've got some news. I am not alone.
Hey.
Yay! Look here, look who's here.
Yeah.
So Big Simon is back and I am glad to have him because he was on an organised dig yesterday. Well, it didn't go well, let's put it that way.
Well, it's better don't ruin the day. Glad I am here now
Yeah,
with the
so-
Scottish detectors.
So fingers crossed Simon has a good day. That would be nice. So we're back. We are back out on the field that Martin and I started. Well, in fact, we did the whole session on this field. As we were walking into the field, we've just spotted down in the corner there's an old well, an old stone-lined well. So we're maybe going to go and have a wee shot around that to start with. And then we've got 48 fields to pick. So we'll see how it goes. Anything is possible. The suggestion from several people is that Martin's big lump of bronze may be a casting from a Bronze Age axe head, which would be amazing. So there's lots of history. We've got Bronze Age, we've got Iron Age, we've got medieval, lots of medieval ploughing. So anything is possible.
We need the silver today.
We need silver. I know I haven't had a bit of silver yet, neither Simon, this year.
No, I need the inauguration of the year, so
Yeah.
I need some silver.
We
today,
need
hopefully
the inauguration
Whatever.
of silver or gold.
Whatever is better than yesterday. So
Yeah, well, yeah, true. Okay, so let's go and see if we can find some treasures. Okay, I've been going for all of 30 seconds. We just left our bags just right there. Walked out into the field and I've got my first target. Somewhere, there. 84 for me. Simon's been over it with the Equinox 800. And it's a 20 for him. So are we going to get off to a flyer? Or is it going to be junk? Let's find out if we're going to have a great day.
the moment of the truth.
That's it. The moment is going to define our whole day. So it better be good. It better be good.
Yeah, if it's something good, it's promising.
Right. We have it in here. Junk, I think. It's a little bit of lead. It's a little bit of lead with a wee funny shape to it.
That's right.
So, yeah, so, yep, Simon thought lead, and it's lead. So, target number 1. A debatable 76 produces coin number 1. Maybe struggling to get an imprint, but I'm hoping it's going to be quite good condition. It looks very green. Well, hopefully. Well, there's something on there, but I can't quite make it out yet. So, let's get the bendy thumb on it and get back to you in a second. So before I show you my coin, Simon has just got himself a musket ball just a few feet away. So 1700s more than likely. Not sure if it's been fired or if it's just been dropped. Here we are. Now we've got Britannia. We've got a date which I think is 1896. So that would make it Victoria. And it is Victoria. Let's give it the bendy thumb treatment. It's a lovely colour of coin, it really is.
Yes.
That's a really nice coin.
Beautiful coin, yeah.
Wonderful colour. So you can see Victoria, her veiled head, or old head, looking to the left-hand side. So this is later on in her reign. I think she changed her profile on the coin around about 1889, 1890, I think it was. But it's in beautiful condition, lovely patina. And on the reverse, you can see, as I mentioned, Britannia, and the date of 1896. So she died in 1901, so quite late on in her reign. And it must have been lost fairly soon because it's often Victoria's coins are very smooth, almost unidentifiable, but that one's very clear. So 1896, half a penny. Could have got a pint of beer for that. Fantastic. And we've only been going for 15 minutes.
Well done.
Again, another signal that wasn't particularly great. And we've got a musket ball for me now. Fantastic. Well, look at that, it's got an unusual little swirly shape on the top, almost like a nipple there. So that's probably the casting sprue, unless it's maybe impacted something, or it's when it's been fired from the barrel and it's compressed. But it's a lovely little musket ball, definitely been fired. And again, probably 1700s. Great, good start so far. A shout from Simon just a few feet away, and he says he's got a coin.
Yay!
Yay! Well done,
Well,
Simon.
yes.
Oh, it's a lovely big penny.
Yeah.
A lovely big penny. Well done, Simon. It looks like it's going to be in good condition as well. 1935, so it's going to be Gorgeous George. And there he is. Looking to the left, it's George V. It's in pretty reasonable condition. There you go, Simon. 1936, George V. And unfortunately, I think it was up to about 6p a pint by this point, Simon. So you're going thirsty.
Yeah.
But it's a nice coin.
It's a good start for today.
It's a great start. We're getting ever closer to the well. It's just down in that bottom right-hand corner there. And we've got another very nice target here. A very consistent 83. Oh, a stone. And another stone. And maybe, another stone. Maybe it could be a coin. Maybe it could, maybe it couldn't. There's my stone. Get that out the way. I think I've moved it, or it's on the spade. Nope, I think it's down the hole, but I think I've turned it over, or it's gone a bit junky on me. We're out. Sounds a wee bit better again now. It might be a coin, you know. And it is a coin. Yeah, beauty. Another coin. Well, a good shout to come towards the well, I think. Is it old?
We are in the right spot, eh?
We're in the right spot, and we're neck and neck now, Simon, because you've got 1p. I've got 1p as well. 2 halfpennies. Unfortunately, not in the best of condition. This is the reverse, so Britannia would be on there somewhere, but I can't even decide what way is up. Possibly that way, but I'm not certain, to be honest. No, in fact, it could be that way. I think there's maybe a seated figure there, but the other side, there's just enough detail for me to tell you that it is our good friend, Gorgeous George, and you can just see him, again, looking to the left-hand side. No date on it, but as I said earlier, 1910 to 1936. So, coin number 2, and we've only been going for about 22 minutes. A wee relic for Simon. It's a little thing with a little knob on it. A couple of holes there where it would be mounted. I'm wondering, could it be part maybe of a stirrup, the bottom, or the top of a stirrup for horse riding? Maybe. What do you think? Again, as ever, let me know in the comments below. And date-wise, it looks probably 100, 150 or so years old. From about 6 or 7 inches down, a little, well, maybe a wee tiny drawer pull, or maybe just some sort of leather stud. But it's a thing. A wee relic for Mr. Simon. It's a little lead seal. You can see where the ribbon would have passed through on the edges to attach it to a bag. It's probably a bag seal or a flax seal. It could be for fabric textiles, but you can see there's like a fort or a castle on the front there in the middle, and then you can just make out the occasional letter around the outside edge, but unfortunately it's not legible. But it looks like it's got a bit of age to it. Could be 1700s, could be earlier. And if it's related to textiles, then it could be much older. Could be 13, 14, 15, 1600s. So if you recognise it, certainly not a type I've seen. So if you know, comment below. Well done, Simon.
Yeah. Look at here.
One for the museum.
To the box of the treasures.
The box of the treasures. I'll let you slot that in. This is an 80. Done all around the well. That's where Simon got his bit of lead from, and close to it we obviously got a coin each as well, but nothing else really doing. A clod? It is a clod. Not in there. Is that a stone or is that it? That's a stone.
A metallic stone.
A meteor. It's a musket ball. Yep, it's another one, complete with a lovely big imprint. Well, that's my hole where I got my musket ball. Simon was just digging here. That's the target he said was sounding good, and he's got a musket ball now as well. So we're up 4 musket balls.
Yeah.
4 musket balls. So clearly,
Aggressive people. Here,
yeah,
no?
very aggressive people here. So there's my musket ball, Simon's musket ball, and right here we got another one. We got another musket ball. So yeah, clearly, as Simon said, the people maybe weren't quite so friendly around here. Either that or they were shooting at a lot of deer. Simon's digging there, and I said, oh, that sounds like it could be another musket ball for him. I've just dug here. I've just got another musket ball.
No, must be a bottom.
A button for Simon, the first of the day. So yeah, another musket ball, but look at the colour difference. But then it is very, very sandy here compared with where we just were. So there you go. Right, what's Simon got? A button. Definitely a button. There we go. Still got the shank on it, but it's a wee bit flattened. And on that side, just looks plain. But date-wise, almost certainly Georgian, 17, maybe into the beginning of the 1800s. So 200, 300 years old, Simon.
Well, no bad, no.
Not bad at all. You're not going to believe it. 78, a bit debatable. We've got another one. We've got another one. My goodness, they just keep on coming. Definitely been fired again. Bit of an imprint on it. A few notches out it. Smaller caliber than the others. Probably the smallest of all of them. Let's get the wee pod out. So, musket ball number 5. And I brought my ring back because I was hoping to maybe see the farmer. So I brought that along with the peace medallion just to show them. But yeah, still interested in this ring. So we'll be sending that off to the museum, I'm sure. Or at least sending them pictures. But yeah, 5 musket balls. That's the most I've had in one day in quite some time. Yeah, again, many times we're going to say it. It didn't sound like a coin. Really iffy signal. Maybe it was on its edge. But I have got my first penny now. It's looking pretty crusty. It's quite clay soil here. It's quite heavy. This field's got all sorts. It's got sandy bits. It's got wet, sodden bits, and other bits are quite free draining. So it's going to have a big impact on the quality of the coins. But I did get that wonderful Charles II coin out this field the last time I was here with Martin. So there's stuff certainly to be had back to the 1600s. It is, as expected, pretty toasty, but thankfully we're able to get an ID. So the bendy thumb went to work on it, and on the reverse you can see Britannia, 1 penny, and the date at the bottom is 1861. So even though we can't see the head side, we know that it's Queen Victoria, because she was on the throne from 1837 to 1901. So 1 penny. Our head would be somewhere on there, but I just can't make it out. Well, in fact, no, maybe. Is that an eye? Might be, actually. So I think our head's maybe right about there. But Queen Victoria and 1861, 1 penny, pint of beer, 2 pints of beer, in fact.
So you start to be drunk.
2 pints of beer. Well, we could get a half pint of beer and a pound loaf of bread.
Well,
so we could
eat and drink.
Eat bread and beer. It's perfect. Well, we've had our lunch. What was on your sandwiches, Simon?
Well, good, yeah.
Roast beef and ham for Simon, corned beef for me, and tomatoes. And Simon on his healthy apple, one of his 5 a day. So we've had lunch. We've got probably about 3.5 hours left of detecting, so a pretty hefty amount of time. And we're going to go up this field directly behind me. We're going to head up to the ridgeline. That's where I got that bronze or copper ring the other day. And up on that high ground's also where we got that coin, or I got that coin, from Charles II, from 1660 to 1685. So let's see, now that we're fueled up, if there's any more treasures to be found. And ideally, we're going to nip over into the next field as well. Right,
Yeah.
Let's go, Simon.
Let's go.
A surprisingly quiet signal for a fairly hefty little lump. It's another little printer's typeface. It looks like a number 5, I think. So yeah, you put this in a block, a wooden block, rub ink over to make up a sentence and press it down on paper. I always wonder how on earth these get into fields. But there you go, probably couple of hundred years old. A wee relic for Mr. Simon. It is a mini ball or a mini bullet, which unfortunately is just half of one because it's clearly hit something and it's fragmented in two. Gives you an idea of what this would do to the human body. But this is a Frenchman, around about 1851, 1856, a Frenchman with the surname Mini invented this, and it's like a .52 caliber. It's a whopping bullet, and they were apparently quite commonly used in the American Civil War, so probably from around 1850.
Big damage there. Eh?
Big damage, massive damage.
More musket balls.
Very weird. Only a 72, and I think we've got our first after lunch coin. Well, I thought maybe a farthing, but it's a halfpenny. Oh, it's a chunky halfpenny. Maybe that's the reason why then. Oh, it's a real big, chunky, thick coin, but I think we're going to struggle to get anything off that, but let's see what we can come up with. As coins go, they don't come much worse. This is absolutely covered in verdigris on both sides, but especially on that other side. But looking at the edge, it's slightly abraded, and it's probably, I think, going to be a Georgian coin. I mean, maybe that'll all pick off when I get home, and maybe it'll reveal a figure underneath, but it would be nice if it was a wee early Georgian, but probably sometime between 1700 and 1820. Another weird find, this time for Simon, and it's a lead. Looks like a lead sort of plate, probably a car, I'm guessing. A little children's car, maybe, with a wheel. So yeah, interesting. Probably, I don't know, 1900s, early 1900s, through to maybe the Second World War. So a wee children's toy, or part of. Yeah. Well done, Simon.
Okay.
Give that to your kids.
Yes.
And I'm only kidding. He's not really going to give that to his kids because it's made of lead.
Yes, yeah, no.
This is a nice one. 84. Halfpenny territory. Got a couple of military items around this area too previously. Take 2. We're out. Well, no big obvious bits of aluminium. Still sounds pretty good. Well, it is a coin. Yet another one. It's a penny. Well, I was expecting a halfpenny to be honest, but I'm not fussed. It looks like we'll get a head, and it looks like it's you-know-who. Gorgeous George. Simon complaining he's only getting junk, but there we are. That's metal detecting for you. It's George V. It's a 1 penny, and I managed to get a date off the back.
Finding the old house, another thing for the door.
another door handle for Simon. So you can see a date. I managed to just get it off at the bottom. It's 1914, so the outbreak of the Great War, the war to end all wars. And then we had a Second World War, so they call it the First World War these days. So right on the outset of that, and I wonder who lost this coin and if they ended up going to serve and whether they made it back. Brilliant, another coin. And there's Simon's latest little doorknobby type thing. Well done, Simon. Pretty high pitched. 81, 83. In with a shout, maybe. And we're out. Not convinced though. Going to go with copper. Well, it is a brassy, coppery thingy. It's got a bit of shape to it though. Is it threaded? No, it's definitely tapered though. Right, I'll give this a wee rub-a-dub and get back to you. Trying to convince Simon it's a spearhead, but he's not having it. He says it's not very pointy, and I said, yeah, it's a safety spear. They use it for training. So, well, I don't know what it is. It's a solid bit of metal. Solid. I don't know. It must be copper or bronze. You know, I thought maybe a fencing rail, the tip of a fencing rail, but, well, would you make that out of copper? Surely it would be wrought iron. So, well, I don't know. If you know, comment below. And it's not threaded and it's not hollow.
Of an arrow.
Piece of an arrow. Well, I'll get a bit of wood and a bow and I'll see if we can fire it at you.
Okay.
At the moment, trying and failing to get out this field. We're trying to get into the one next door, but we just can't stop getting signals. Got potential. 83, 85. Might be in the wrong place slightly. Let's try there. It's out. It's out, and I might have just seen something round, but it's massive. It is. Ugh. Oh no. I think it might actually be a bicycle bell rather than a doorknob. Yep, I think it is. I think it is an old-fashioned bicycle bell. Ding ding. Just shouted Simon. It's another coin. 77. 77. Didn't sound, again, anything like a coin. Well, it's a really grotty one though. I am amazed, but I managed to get it cleaned up enough again that we can identify it. And yet again, it's you-know-who. Gorgeous George, George V. And don't worry, we're not being shot at. There's some shooting going on in the distance. But yeah, a halfpenny, so it's probably, well, not probably, it will be 1910 to 1936. I barely put my coin in its pod, and just 20 feet away, Mr. Simon's got a coin.
In the middle of the foil.
In the middle of foil. So a foil, two targets in the same hole.
It was a tricky one.
Tricky one, but skillful Simon managed it.
Yeah, amazing.
Well, it's definitely a halfpenny again. At the back, yeah, there's kind of just make out Britannia seated. There would be a date at the bottom, but I can't read it, I'm afraid. But the bendy thumb, I mean, look at that for working magic. I said to Simon, as soon as I rubbed it, I said, it's very smooth. That could be a Victoria, but we might never know. Well, you can just see her young head looking to the left-hand side. So Queen Victoria halfpenny. So it's going to be pre-1890, give or take. Sometime between 1836, 1837 and 1890. But another coin for Simon. And a wee pint of beer. Get it in the lucky pod.
Okay, in the Scottish detectors.
The wait might be over. Possible silver. Just shouted Simon. Might get silver after all in January. Just said to Simon, what do you think? And he said, I don't see nothing. See there, I don't think it is silver. Is it silver? No, it's not. It's it's a bottle top or something. Don't believe it is. It's a bloody bottle top. Oh, thought that was it there. I thought it might even have been hammered.
I found this too. Well, it needs a bit of cleaning.
No, it's a case. See, it's had a wee hinge. So it's maybe a compact for like perfume or a makeup compact. Not for perfume, sorry, for makeup. But yeah, it's been a wee lidded box with a bit of roll decoration on it. Probably Victorian. Well, you can use that for your face powder.
Yes.
Still in the same field, but this part of it he started to plough and then gave up, probably because of the weather a few weeks back. But this wee funky thing came up. It's obviously not that old because it's got these little threaded screws on it, but it's well, it's a thing. I don't know, some sort of balance maybe for scales or such like. But Simon's in the background. He's found something, I think. What did you find? Oh, he got a coin. He got a grubby one though. He says there's no detail on it. So we're going to have a wee look at that in a minute. A wee eyes only. Looks like a yellow bead. And it is a yellow bead. I wouldn't have spotted that if it wasn't for the colour. It's quite heavy. Glass. Got a beautiful marble off this field previously as well, but yeah, it is glass. Look, you can see the swirls. Let me zoom in a wee touch. You can see the swirls through the bead there. So a little glass bead, maybe 50, 100 years. Who knows? Maybe it was owned by Boudica herself. This time a little pewter or lead decorated something. Probably been part of a little vase or something that's been squashed. But again, probably Victorian era, 1830, 1900. Well, there's been a request that we need more of Simon in the videos, so there he is. Now, a message to the two people, Simon's mum and Simon's sister, stop asking to see more of Simon on the video, because you're the only two people who are asking.
The only two people who is doing the views.
I'm only kidding.
Increasing the views.
I'm only kidding. So Simon's sister and mum, nice to see you. So we're on a different field. We finally made it. So at the far end of this field is the big Georgian house. I got quite a few coins off this field in the one time that I've been in it, and they were all Georgian. They were all from George I to George III. So hopefully we'll get something. Maybe.
Yeah, hopefully.
Right, let's get to it. First target for me is a little button. Lindsay and Son of Edinburgh. 1900 or early, late 1800s. Late 1800s or probably early 1900s. First button that I've actually had. Simon's digging a wee possible halfpenny. 84 on mine there. Right here, I've got a nice 86. Still in there. Still in there. Okay, let's get the garret. Bit stonier this ground. Oh, let's see if we can figure out what it is. Right, a bit deeper. I'll get back to you. Oh, what a hole that was. Really difficult to dig. Like gravelly soil, so really difficult to get through. But it was worth it in the end. Pressed metal. And look at that. Really nicely decorated. On the other side, little flowers. Maybe they're forget-me-nots. And I don't know if it's a buckle or if it's even little decorative picture frame or something like that. But probably Victorian. So 1830, 1900-ish. And if you recognise it or know what it's for, then let me know in the comments below. Nice little find. As usual, it's the one you don't film. 84. We've got a coin, I think. Or it might be a button. No, I think it is a coin. It's a coin, but it's not looking... Well, it could be a token, actually. But see how it's got that big outer line around it? That's... if it is a coin, that's not from this country. But we'll give it a wee clean. Maybe it's a little advertising token. Just still working on cleaning up mine, and Simon's got himself a lovely little whiskey bottle top, and I was just telling him the story of it. You'll see a horse standing in the middle, and it's called the White Horse Distillery. And this was started in Edinburgh, and started in a very famous close, which is a sort of alley at the bottom of the Canongate in Edinburgh, bottom of the Royal Mile. And there's an old inn there that's where the close gets its name from, which is called the White Horse Inn. And this is one of their whiskies. That's where the distillery started. So I think it's now part of like White and Mackay or something like that. But
yeah,
it's probably from about 1850, 1900. This is my little, what I thought was maybe a coin or a European coin. It's actually a little token. So it's got the number 35 on the reverse. On the other side, I've done my best, but can't get quite enough detail out that to identify it. There's lots of writing on it, but on the left hand side, something long, something maybe. Half. Is it half LB?
maybe need the glasses.
Half a pound.
Yeah.
Your magic glasses. I'm not sure. They probably make me go blind the last time I put them on. But yeah, it's definitely some kind of token. but I am just not sure what. But I know you're a lot cleverer than I, and some of you have come up with some fantastic identifications. So if you know, then comment below. My guess would be 1850, 1900. Definitely worth filming this. 85. And we're out. Give us a coin. Oh, there's something round. Don't think it's a coin though, it's a button. A loud button. That's why. Well, it's not a button, it's a little... it's a little case or a locket or something. There we are. It's a little locket or a tiny little case. I don't know, maybe even for a watch, but probably not because it's not a very substantial loop on it. But then again, maybe it's worn away and that's why it was lost. But it looks like it's brass. A couple of little stamps on the inside of it, a letter C, but can't really make anything else out. And a little case, and it looks like it's had a wee hinge on the side just there as well. So yeah, maybe had a wee photograph in it or a keepsake, or yeah, nice Victorian 1850 1900s. Thought I had another musket ball, but it's actually a bullet. It's got at least a couple of lines, a couple of rings around it, so we'll call it a two-ringer. But as you can see, it's pancaked, but it is solid lead, so it's like a little mini bullet that, or the mini ball, maybe a smaller version of the one that Simon got. Similar period, 1850, 1900. A 67, it's either going to be a farthing or a coin. Sorry, or a button. It might actually be a coin. I think it is. Well, I didn't expect that. I thought that was going to be a button all day long. I just managed to get enough detail off it. Looking to the left-hand side is our friend, as usual, gorgeous George V, yet again. And yet again, another farthing, a quarter of a penny. So sometime between 1910 and 1936. Although I suspect by that point, you couldn't get a sparrow. It's another one I nearly missed, because the stubble is pretty hard here. 93, 95. Silver threepence. One more. Thought it would have been shallower than that. Now it's vanished. It's vanished. It's on the speed. Nope. What's happened to it? We're out. Must have been on its edge, which always makes you think of a coin. Come on. Oh, it's a coin, but it's a threepence. Biggest denomination we've had so far, but not silver. Have we got a date? We do, but I think I'm going to have to dry it off just to read it. Get right back to you. Not often I can show you the beauty from the fields of Perthshire. Well, looking spectacular. And don't worry, we're not away yet. I've still got to show you this coin. We've still got probably half an hour, 45 minutes of daylight left, but isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so we have got 1943. So I did say, sounds a bit like a threepence, but I thought silver threepence, not a cupra nickel one. 1943, it's got those little flowers on it. What are they called again? It's gone completely out of my head. Oh, look at the bendy thumb doing its job. Honestly, I should maybe, for 50,000 subscribers, maybe I should chop one of my thumbs off, send it as a prize. So 1943, sea thrifts. There you go. You see, there is a brain in there somewhere. And on the other side, because it's 43, it can only be one man. And that is George, Queen Elizabeth II's father, who ruled until 1952 and died somewhat unexpectedly and fairly suddenly. But yeah, by this time, God, we're up to about 12, 15 pence a pint, so not much hope for us. But it's still the biggest denomination coin that I've had today. Please don't be another bottle top. And if it is a coin, don't be George V. Well, unless you're in silver. We're out. Still sounding pretty nice. Big high 85. Getting tired. Been a lot of walking, but I think we've got a coin. We do. We've got another coin. What a day. Must be getting close to double figures. And I think we're going to get some detail off that. It looks like another halfpenny. And it doesn't look too tatty. Oh, you know what? I think it's George V though. Well, beggars can't be choosers. A wee funky thing for Simon. It's got an iron bit on the end. Copper alloy. Don't know. Clearly decorated. So probably not agricultural, but I don't know what it is. It's got these funny little points on the end there. But strange. Interesting. Right. If you know what to do. Well done, Simon. It's better than a bottle top. So there they are. It's a halfpenny, and it is George V. Now the date at the bottom is 1916, so right in the middle of the Great War, the First World War.
Another George for you.
And another George, yeah, I can't get away from him. So a halfpenny, 1916, that's the year of the Battle of the Somme, which was Britain's biggest ever military disaster. 60,000 casualties on the first day alone. And over the course of the conflict, which lasted about 6 months, I think it claimed over 1 million lives. And they gained a total of something like 2 miles. So over 1 million people killed to gain 2 miles of nothingness. It looks like a fragment of a child's toy this time. Still got the gold and the red paint on it, but it's better than a bottle cap. Look at that for scenery. And look at that big glowing orb there. Do you think that's where the gold coin is? But yeah, there's Simon down there, finding another bottle top maybe. But what a day. Look at the scenery. Utterly gorgeous. And just as I was filming Simon there, he's got himself a relic.
No, it's not a really good enough.
Oh, for goodness sake. This shows you how bad a day it is that he's bringing me over, or how bad an afternoon. So it's back to front, so it's on that side. So it looks like it says, let's get it in focus. It says Great Britain, I think that's Wapping in London. So I don't know, maybe the lid off of an oil tub, an oil container or something. Yeah, I think you're stretching it, Simon.
Good.
And look at that. What a show it's putting on for us tonight. So we're almost at the edge of the field, so I think that's just about it, unless we get a miracle in the final few minutes. Well, Simon with his final find of the day. Like, he's got another one of these little hinged boxes, little hinged cases. So again, I'm guessing a compact for
makeup.
But
so people were coming to the fields to make up.
Yeah, I suspect, given the amount of bottle tops that we've had, that people have been dumping stuff on this ground in the past. I did get my final find after all. Silver ring pull. Old-fashioned one too. Okay, that is us. We're at the top of the hill and at the edge of the field. And I just said to Simon, look at that beautiful sunset that I've created for you. And he turned round and he went, oh wow, I hadn't even noticed.
That's the mother of the coins. That's a great gift.
A great gift.
Yes.
Well, that is us for another day. Look at that for a finish. Unbelievable. It almost looks...
yeah, wonderful.
It looks like CGI.
Yeah. It's real.
Yeah. I wish it was coming from the reflection off our fines pouch, because it was full of silver and gold, but not to be. But we've had a good day, and I hope we've got enough light. We'll have a wee look at what we've found. Back to you in a second. We didn't have enough light, it turns out, to film, so we've retreated back to my house, and on the right-hand side are my best finds, and on the left-hand side are Simon's. My wife is,
bad blood, no?
and my wife is probably going to kill me when she realises that I'm using the dining mats to display the stuff. But hopefully she won't watch this video. So this is the highlights of Simon's. The little compact that he got in 2 pieces in 2 different fields actually looks like it's the same compact, which is a bit weird. But yeah, he got himself a couple of musket balls. He got himself the great big mini ball from the mini rifle. He got himself the car wheel, which is lead, children's toy. And he also then managed to get himself 3 coins. George V, Queen Victoria, and Queen Victoria, I think this one was, wasn't it?
No, those 2 are George.
Oh, they're both George, and that's Queen Victoria. Right, Victoria. So 2.5 pence. Yeah, not bad at all. I'm sure Simon's pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
And then,
and this thing, I don't know which is the...
Oh, of course, yeah, and the lead seal, I forgot about that. So plain on that side, but definitely looks like a little fort or a little tower or a castle on that side. So I don't recognise that one. So as I say, it could be a fabric, a flax or a linen or some sort of material, wool even, that it would have been attached to. So yeah, not bad, Simon.
And this is not for the kids.
Not for the kids. No, definitely not. There's my haul. So I was hoping that I was going to be double figures for coins, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a token. So unfortunately, not 10 coins. But this is my little token that I got, which is kind of cleaning up a wee bit. Pretty sure it says London, but beyond that, I'm afraid, £0.5 something. So I'm sure one of you very clever people will be able to decipher that and can let me know in the comments. And also musket balls. Oh, camera work could be better. Musket balls galore. 5 musket balls.
This piece of gold is the best one.
A small mini bullet, and yeah, as Simon says, my eyes only find, which was this little glass bead, little yellow glass bead. Also, I got the mystery bronzy coppery object. If you know, let me know. A little stamp for transferring ink onto paper. Looks like a number 5.
Oh, that's very interesting.
It's very interesting.
I didn't know that about that.
Yeah, I kept that one from you. A little locket, part of a locket. And a very, very pretty little buckle, complete with little flowers. Maybe they're forget-me-nots. But yeah, interesting. So, all in all, not bad at all. Another successful day on the fields of Perthshire. So that is us. Not a bad day at all. Between us, 9 coins for me, 3 for you, and also a token. Silver eluded us yet again. I think I'm going to go the whole of January without a bit of silver, which is incredible given how much silver we were pulling out the ground prior to January, back in December especially. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you like what you see and you're not already subscribed, then please hit the button, and hopefully you'll see me and big Mr. Dominguez coming to a screen sometime soon.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon. Okay, right.
See you. Bye.
Take care. Thanks for watching.